Montoya. Trouble down straightaway in the trioval. It's Jeff Burton. Jeff Gordon and Scott Speed.
Something was going on with that group back there. There was a couple of them falling backwards when they went through 3 and 4.
Caution's out with 6 laps to go. And there is perhaps the best car here coming into this race. Jeff Burton will not win.
Momentum, the key when you go through turn 3 because you have such a long straightaway as Kenseth sideways in front of the field. They're piling up behind him.
Well, Matt Kenseth got by with that, I believe. He never touched anything, but Eric Almirola with major damage on the front of his car. Go down into turn 3. See Matt Kenseth on the inside of Jimmy Johnson, and we keep seeing this over and over and over. We saw it last week at Indianapolis. The car on the outside of Matt Kenseth just pulls him around. No air on the car. This low downforce package makes these cars very difficult to drive with the car on the outside of him. So then all these guys behind it, you can see they just cannot get slowed down quick enough.
Yeah, it looked like somebody might have got into the back of Eric Almirola. It could have been Dale Jr. that maybe pushed him in there a little bit faster and not able to slow down.
Flag back out, and boy, look at Kyle this time.
Yeah, look at Montoya, though. He got a good restart here. He can stay on the outside of Jimmy. It doesn't look like he can.
Whoa! Johnson gets turned. He's into the wall. And the caution comes out again.
Hold it up there.
I think Montoya might have touched the wall just a little bit. Came off the wall, maybe caught Jimmy.
Yeah, caught Jimmy in the right rear.
Yeah, what Montoya's trying to do is just stay barely on that right rear corner so he can have position to the next turn.
Look at Chad.
Man, this has not been going good for them. So let's see what happens. I think Montoya gets a little bit loose right there. Yeah, he didn't touch the wall. Just, I don't know. He's definitely hooked him. I think it's more, as you said, Andy, he was just trying to stay there on that quarter panel. Yeah, if he can keep an inch or two there, he just has just enough for the next corner. And I don't know, I can't tell if Jimmy moved up. Didn't look like it to me.
Well, he didn't give him any extra room, that's for sure.
In contact, and Coughlin goes around. Big hit for Coughlin and Fontaine and others involved. And there's John Hunter Nemechek. Looks like he has escaped.
Now watch Bell. He gives Enfinger a push. They're clear of this. But now here comes Gregson, 3 wide up the middle. And this has to be where problems started. Yeah.
Ryan Snyder looked like he got into the back end of the 13 and spun him.
Well, what happens is that bottom lane here through the trioval is much flatter than the rest of the lanes going up. And when you're in the middle, you're already in a bad spot because the back end of your truck starts to want to wiggle around.
Turn 2, Brian Vickers. Caution flag is out. A hard crash for Brian.
You can see right here is Brian Vickers. He's sideways. It looks like he's trying to save it. Oh my, look at this little. Wow.
Matt Kenseth scooting by there. What a terrible crash.
And that's just what's happening. Yeah, with this tire and this track combination. When those cars, when they break loose, they just snap around.
Wow, look at Truex and Casey Kane dodging there.
And the 22 and already into the wall, and now the 18 goes around. Harrison Burton spins. We saw just in front of the 18.
Harrison gets really loose, basically by himself. He had a car on the outside, 19 nowhere to go, makes contact with the 18. Harrison making his first Xfinity start here.
Yeah, that's the last thing Harrison wanted to do, is be involved in a situation where you see right there.
That's Tyler Reddick.
Yeah, Tyler Reddick very loose also.
So was the 7 of Justin Allgaier. He was almost around.
That's the last thing that you want to do, is be involved in a situation with your teammate.
Ryan Blaney in the 21. It was just behind him. Stenhouse Jr. into the wall. Back out. There was some contact made behind him, and then big contact from Jimmy Johnson.
I mean, from that angle, it looked like Stenhouse lost it off the long carousel. Got loose, leaving the carousel, trying to carry speed. Just got loose, and now he gets back out on the racetrack.
Heavy shot for Jimmy Johnson into the side of the 17. You see 16 of Greg Biffle also getting into the Armco, the 3 of Dylan. We've seen some major crashes here, Jeff. Unfortunately, I know you've been a part of at least one.
Vickers in the 83 and Martin Truex Jr.
And there's Vickers. And there's Reagan. What's going on here?
Let it roll. I'm going to get 4 tires, a little bit of front end damage.
Look at the whole left side of the 83 car is gone. I mean, it's just ripped off, hanging on by a thread there.
Like he was hit with a can opener. Well, here's what happened. Now, Martin Truex is the free pass position car, the 56, the Napa car. Vickers trying to get there, gets into Reagan instead. Oh, boy.
Right here is where he rips the side out of that thing.
All that blue foam, if you remember, Jeff Hammond in the pre-race talked about that energy absorbent foam in the left and right side. That's what you saw flying out of there.
I want to ride with David Reagan.
I've never seen a car do that, I don't think.
Neither had he.